I started my recording.
All right.
I have now as well.
I have as well.
That's funny.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Wait, am I loud enough? Before
This motherfucker.
Let's get started!
Hey, welcome to the late ass podcast.
Cameron was late again because he forgot.
He was busy being an adult and doing dishes. What a nerd.
Dude, real
I
shit.
know.
I was just sitting here drawing on my computer. Anyway,
How are you guys doing this week?
pretty good. You know, I wasn't late to the podcast.
Yeah,
This motherfucker.
that makes 2 of us. I'm not one of those us.
Right. Hey, man, as long as you're here when the podcast starts, I guess, which is not until you show up. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Cause
So,
is the
it
embodiment
can
of
be
the
as
party
late-
starts when I get here.
Right. Yeah.
The party starts when I walk
Oh
in.
shit! I got my fan off.
Yeah,
What happened?
I'm doing pretty good. I got like notification when my work should be, or when I should be getting called back into work, so that's nice because I'm not just like sitting in financial
Nice.
limbo.
It should be never for y'all, right?
Yeah.
Don't you guys have like a huge new outbreak or whatever the fuck just happened?
Yeah, but
So do we, but you know what? No one gives a fuck.
You know what? My state actually is one of the states on the lower end of the spectrum.
for once.
Nice.
Despite
Lucky you.
despite being a state full of fucking shitty rednecks who don't give a fuck about no
See-
liberals and their masks.
The difference between that is you have a bunch of shitty rednecks, but you don't have a bunch of shitty rednecks that live near a beach.
I guess. Oh, we also have like rich kind of neoliberals too, so they're like kind of like in the middle, they're like neocons or whatever. They're like they listen to what they're supposed to be. You know, they listen to what they're supposed to be doing or whatever the fuck. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's enough of them that we're not suffering from a huge outbreak or whatever.
Yeah. Man, it's rough in some places, man. It's rough.
Yeah, it's not too
How's
bad
it-
in Irvine, but in LA, it's pretty ridiculous.
I was off all last week because we had a situation. So that's fun.
Bummer.
Yeah, I'm moving to a new place too, so it's kind of like great timing, essentially.
Damn, like everybody in California I know is moving.
Yeah,
to
well,
a place. Super weird.
fucking like all of the leases down here end around this time because because it like coincides with like the end of the college year essentially. So like they expect everyone to dip the fuck out.
Like, all right, y'all leaving or what? They're, like knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Y'all, you sure you're gonna stay?
But we're moving to like Keon's dad actually owns a place.
God damn.
nice.
Like actually owns a
That's
place.
the hookup
useful.
right there.
So
That's useful.
rent's about to gonna be about the same, but
yeah.
and it's gonna be a little bit
Nice
farther
place.
away from work, but
Mm-hmm.
it should theoretically be better because we can kind of we'll own the place. We don't really have to like deal with other people too much. It's still a townhouse,
that's
but
always nice.
it's nice. I don't know. I'm excited. The only thing is I have to fucking pack up all my shit, and it's always difficult because I didn't realize how much shit I had. Not like in my room. My room, I'm very aware of how much shit I have. It's like all of my cooking stuff. Like,
Yeah. Yo, transferring glassware is the worst part about moving.
haha, joke's on you. I use plastic.
I was gonna
Lucky
say that's
you.
why I have as little glass shit as possible.
Yeah, I have like
Glass is like the hardest.
I have a Bubba Gump cup and a Link cup that I got from like a loot box, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, wrap that shit in newspaper, then wrap blankets around that.
Yeah, but no, I mean it's like 15 minutes away, so it's not gonna like it'll be a bunch of really small moves, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because like I remember moving shit from like when I first came to college, and like that fucking sucked because that was like an 8-hour move. So if I forgot anything,
No.
it was like, well, guess I'm living without water for the next fucking 6 months.
Yeah,
Be like that.
It really do.
it do be like You know, as long as you have the money to transfer everything over, it's usually not too much of a hassle.
Yeah, about that.
No, as long as you have a buddy with a truck.
Yeah, about
usually
that.
Not much of a hassle.
I live in California, bro. We all drive like Priuses.
Yeah.
See, I had a Durango, so moving wasn't too bad.
Yeah, both my grandparents have like big ass cars.
Oh, you know who has a
I'm
Durango
like,
is
I need to do
Nick.
something.
Yeah, Nick has a Durango.
Nice.
Yeah, except
Nick. Thanks, Nick. Good job, Nick.
except he's in NorCal, like a motherfucker.
I was gonna say, I mean, Durango is only good if you don't have like too big of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna rent a U-Haul. So
All right, that's smart. Yeah.
yeah.
Smartable.
Plus they're like.
So anyway,
I don't plan on moving for like another year or so, but
So anyway.
oh my bad. So anyway, so here's what happened to me this morning. I woke
Yeah.
up and I got an email from Twitter that was like,
Oh, no.
"Hey man,
Oh no.
no, it was actually a DMCA claim on some video I posted. Like, I want to say around the time the fucking Doctor Strange movie came out.
Oh yeah.
I got one of these.
They were doing a little round of these, I guess. But
Yep.
they locked my account because I posted a video from that meme of basically the person shooting off into space to Shooting Star by Bag Raiders. I did that for the Doctor Strange thing, and it was like footage from before the movie was out on DVD or whatever the fuck. But I don't even think that
Gotcha.
matters. I think I didn't read who it was that did the claim because Twitter
yeah.
was just like, click here to unlock your account. I was like, okay. Like, it made me press that like 5 or 6
Yeah.
times.
Yep.
So, I was just like, I don't give a shit. This is some old stupid meme from like
Right.
like 3 years ago. So, like, why are you doing this now? You know?
Like, that's the thing that got me was like I did the meme, and then the meme was out there for like a month or two, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we want to take this down now. I'm like, cool. That was like a 2-second joke.
Yeah.
You
It's to run its course. Like who gives a shit?
Right. It's like, why even bother? But you know, that was a good sign. But you know, nothing bad
Yeah.
actually happened for the rest of my day, thankfully.
Well, that's
That was
good.
just kind of stupid and annoying. I was like, what the fuck, Twitter, leave me alone.
My morning was waking up and seeing the number I was looking for on the scale, and I'm like, yay, I made it.
Nice.
Nice.
And now I just got to keep doing it. That's the part that I'm not happy about.
Not nice.
Now you're gonna die one day, slightly lighter.
Yeah. It's gonna
That's
be.
awesome.
Look, you know what the good part is that look, it may not be like it's that big of a deal, but when you look back at when I started, man, it's a pretty big deal.
Of course. Of course. As a person who used to be super fit and jacked and handsome and sexy and a god. What was I talking about?
Oh, the mirror.
Oh, yes. Anyway, you know, as I used to work out all the fucking time, and then
Yeah.
actually seeing the progress, it feels it's satisfying.
It is very satisfying. Like the main part that I'm happy about is, man, it no longer says 298.
Yeah.
That's the good part. It now says 255, and I'm like, yeah, that's a number
that's
that
pretty good.
that's a number I like to see. Been about a year and a half of on and off working out. Most of it's been this year.
Meanwhile, after I got done mowing the lawn this morning, I snacked down on a fucking Texas toast bread, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Oh, this sounds
It was
delicious.
super good. I did all the good stuff to it that I learned from all the cooking channels I've been watching.
Yeah, that
It was
sounds
fucking
real.
delicious.
Sounds real nice. That's probably what I'm gonna have for dinner, but not with all the bread. Just eggs,
Bro, that
green.
so fucking good.
Eggs are so good, man.
I'm not actually a huge fan of eggs.
What?
What?
Well, I think he said.
First-
I actually think he said this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Matter of
has.
fact, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like first
We
you're not
do
a fan
this.
of cheese, and now you're not a fan of eggs.
Yeah. I mean, it can be good and stuff, but like by itself, eh.
You don't like a good omelet?
Well,
I
that's
mean,
different.
By itself, that's not by itself either.
Yeah.
you know.
Like scrambled eggs to me
Egg,
are
yeah,
like,
eggs. I guess.
eh.
I guess eggs by itself is a little rough, but yeah, I
Yeah.
like scrambled eggs. But even that, I can't just eat it with like plain ass by itself. I have to have like the fixins with it: salt, pepper,
Yeah.
maybe a little cheese.
Yo.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get a little bit of onion powder as well, and then you also get a little bit of some sort of other like I like garlic. It's the stupidest thing. I like garlic in my eggs, but that's just me. We get some turkey, get some green peppers, you get some red peppers, you get some onions, dice all those up, and you get some spinach.
Cameron, do you put milk in your eggs?
I do
Okay.
for omelets.
Okay. I do for scrambled and omelets, but I don't do it for
I do it.
anything. Yeah, anything else.
Yeah, I do it for scrambled too sometimes, but not always. But then and then you fry all that shit up, and you put that inside your eggs. You get some turkey, get some chicken,
And then you put it inside your body.
and you put it all inside you with some cheese. Oh, fuck yeah!
Petition to forever refer to eating as putting food inside you.
Yeah, I want to put it inside.
Signed.
Yeah, put that food inside me.
Put it in me now.
I made a cheese pizza and I put it inside me.
I mean, I'm already like speaking gay as hell, so I don't care.
I mean, hey, look, you got to get that granola bar inside you.
Yeah, true. Did you say granola or
You said You said like gornola. I was just gonna ignore it.
Granola, gornola.
Gornola.
That sounds like a fucking metal band.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like a fucking a rip-off Doom game. It's like, whoa.
It really does.
Get your fix here, Gornola.
Gornola.
It's I'm evil, or not evil man. I am end of the world man.
Yeah. Coming to the PC.
Not Doom guy, end of the world man.
The world man.
I love that his official name is Doom Guy.
That's the shit. I like that.
Yeah.
I like it when
Or,
they take the dumb shit that the community creates and make it part of the canon.
Yeah, it's just like, it's so stupid, but I love it.
Apocalypse Man, that's his name. Apocalypse Man. Gornola,
Gore killer
featuring Apocalypse Man, coming to PC 2022.
Copyright Drowning in Pools Podcast 2020.
Right.
So, I just briefly looked at this Atari VCS thing. I'm still fucking confused as to what it is.
Wait, did I post that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a console, but it runs on Linux, and it's like a basic ass Linux thing, and it has some things coming to it. I think Fortnite maybe is coming to it, and then it's got a bunch of like Atari classic games.
Fortnite is on my
But here's-
dick at this point. Like,
Here's the problem though. This thing is a fucking scam. I believe. I'm sorry. I should have put the price on here as well.
it's like
but-
$400.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid expensive. Way too expensive for a thing that is only going to have a collection of games that's already out on other platforms, and Fortnite, and nothing else. Because nobody else is putting. Because it doesn't have like deals fell through with like Unreal and Nvidia, I believe, and a bunch of other companies.
So it does say that it'll be like you can reboot it into PC.
I was gonna say, quick side note: have you guys met anybody who uses Linux PCs?
I've used them in the past, yeah.
I know one guy, but he used it for like his job for some reason.
Gotcha.
It's
'Cause the only time
not that bad, especially now.
I was gonna say, the only time I've ever met someone who's a Linux user is someone who's like an insane PC builder.
It's nice because it's free, but like you can get like Pop OS, and Pop OS is like super easy to use. So
I've only ever met people who are like insane PC users, and they have to like build all their own shit specifically so that their system works exactly how they want. Because apparently you can do a shit ton of extra things with Linux.
yeah, it's the same like argument of like Android versus like iPhone.
Apple.
Is it's kind of the same
Where
argument
they're
between
essentially the same thing, but they have slight differences that people hinge on.
yeah, and it's not quite as widely supported. That's pretty much Linux.
Right.
But no, like you can even if you have a thumb drive, you can just try out Linux 'cause you can boot directly off the thumb drive.
Yeah.
And like don't have to install it on like your drive and like overwrite Windows or anything. I was just doing that with Pop OS. It's supposed to be like really chill.
Really chill. What does it do? Just kind of hangs out.
I mean, it's essentially like it's all the fun parts of Linux being like a lighter OS and like not as much bloatware and shit, and also having like the conveniences of like an app store, so that way you can get applications like Steam and stuff. Like it's
Is it like ooh good click senpai, that kind of shit?
what?
You said it was like softer or whatever. So is it like all nice to you? Is it like you did a good job?
Fucking this motherfucker. No, I mean like it's lighter on your like RAM and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Because like
Shit, I might try
even
that out.
Windows for me, I think Windows by itself uses like 3 gigs or something of my my RAM. It's something crazy. So yeah, it's supposed to be like a lighter like version of OS. Obviously, not everything's supported on there, but
Right. Yeah.
most Steam games are actually supported by Steam itself because Steam uses, I think, Linux on their servers. So
It's supported enough to it's kind of weird when it's not supported. You know.
yeah, like Doom Eternal is not supported because there's like a DRM
Yeah.
thing, but like most
Yeah,
non-DRM games. And it's fucking weird because like Linux is actually used by a lot of companies for servers, but not for home computers. So, I mean, it's super easy to install and shit. And you don't have to know coding to do a lot of Linux stuff. Like if you find the right God, what are they fucking called? They're not kernels, but they're like proprietaries. Like because there's a bunch of different versions of Linux, right? So if you find like the right version of it to download, like Pop! OS for example, I keep mentioning.
And it's basically just streamlined for you, so you can just straight use it.
Yeah, and then there's other versions of Linux that are like super rooted in like coding that you can do yourself. So it's very flexible.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I was just wondering if you've met any other people who used a ton of Linux.
Yeah, my dad taught me how to use it when I was younger, and I pretty much forgot how to do it. It's been a long ass time.
Man. I wish my parents taught me how to do stuff besides be miserable.
Oh my!
Hey.
My parents gave me a PhD in that shit.
My parents gave me a PhD in mommy issues. Anyway,
All right. Well.
Getting back to the Atari thing.
so it's a piece of shit. Don't buy it. Don't even look
You
at
said
it.
it was $800.
The no, it's not really $800. Well, how much was it? Like,
Okay.
it's like
It's 400, yeah.
Yeah,
I just
so,
saw the VCS 800. I'm like, maybe the 800 was the price.
So this is not even Atari. This is a company that bought Atari and then
Atari,
changed its name to Atari.
So
It's like Infogrames or some bullshit like that.
like I don't actually mind the price if I could see the specs, but I can't see the specs, so I assume it's a ripoff.
That's what I'm saying. Like they can't really even promise you anything. They won't show you anything, and it's like the stuff they do have is it's either already out or suspect at best. You know.
Well, it's like
So
fuck, they're using a Ryzen processor, which, full disclosure, I love because I'm a fucking AMD fanboy, fucking tell. But like, if it has built-in Radeon graphics, and so I'm kind of confused as to what version they're using because it's not like they're going to be using like a 3950 or anything like that. Like, it has to be a lower like spec model, but
it's probably going to be about as strong as the Switch. Watch.
well, I think it has to be a little bit stronger because you can install other OSs. But if it's easy to take apart and like upgrade and shit, because it does say that there's upgradable shit.
Yeah.
So
see that.
if it is easy to take apart and upgrade and stuff, then I think it's actually not a terrible deal, assuming it's not absolute dog shit.
Well, but they're not selling it to you with the intention that you'll take it apart and fuck with it, right? Like as like a base thing, they're just like, here, buy this,
yeah.
and they don't really expect you to do fuck shit with it. They say it's going to be upgradable, but
Well, it says the RAM is
What does that really mean?
upgradable. Which
So-
I'm not super happy about.
I'm not getting it.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
I'm-
that's the thing, is like, I could see this as like a decent starting like gaming PC,
yeah.
but as long as you never actually use it as a console, and like $400 for a standard, like a bog standard gaming PC is like not terrible, assuming it's not fucking
But
awful.
here's the deal: why would you get this pile of shit when a fucking PS4 Slim or whatever the fuck is the same price? Or why wouldn't you just save that money and wait for one of the new generation things to come out, or
Yeah.
buy a Switch, or buy an Xbox, or
I could
get
legitimately
a,
see
get
myself.
a laptop?
I could legitimately see myself buying this thing if the hardware is not terrible. Because
But what are you gonna play on it?
I mean, I would
Does
just
it come with a bunch of Atari games?
I would literally just flash that out and just use it as a PC. Because like my PC is really fucking big. So if I can get one that's like nice and slim, like I've been looking, I literally have been starting to plan to turn my old broken Wii into a PC because I just want something that small. Like, so I've been looking at like things that are decent like size for this kind of shit.
So more as like a computer than a console. Yeah, not even like you don't even really want it to for its intended purpose. You just want to use it for
the secondary marketed purposes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, if they hadn't marketed it as that, and I would have to like brick it or something, not brick it, but like homebrew, like break into it, I would be like, nah, fuck this. But the fact that they're trying to say that, and I will quote from the fucking. Let me get back to Google here. Where is it? Fuck.
Because in the new realm of like
reboot
consoles just becoming PCs, this has a place, right?
Yeah,
but
100%.
they just don't really seem super trustworthy.
So here's
right
the thing.
now.
It says reboot into PC mode and unlock a powerful multimedia PC for unmatched freedom and versatility that you can't get with any other home game system, which honestly is a pretty fair claim, except the powerful multimedia PC. Literally, if I go onto Wikipedia and I go to hardware, it says some motherfucker, I don't know, that I can't pronounce, Conald, I think, says that they anticipate the hardware is comparable to a mid-range PC from 2017. Which... Oh, this was before the platform was redesigned around the Ryzen's new R1000 chip? Okay, hold on.
He's like, I'm going to do
It's like, wait a
research.
minute, yeah. See, now he really is about to get this thing.
I honestly might get one that's fucked and then just take it apart and
Why don't you get that Nintendo? Wait, what is it? That Lego Nintendo fucking
Labo.
Super Nintendo player thing too. Tell me how that runs.
Oh wow, this is
Yeah, get a Labo too. Actually, I'm kind of interested in Labo.
Wow.
Not necessarily really do anything, but it doesn't look like complete shit.
This is fucking terrible.
I'm telling, dude, it's one of those things where the more you look into it, the more shitty it's gonna be.
I mean, it's the issue is that
It's probably gonna run like the fucking the browser on like my PS4, like complete shit.
yeah, I'm actually curious what the PS4 chipset is. Cause like, okay, so I'm looking at this and it's like not actually terrible, but it's essentially like a laptop. Like that's the power. It's not going to be a powerful multimedia computer. It's a piece of shit.
A laptop. It's a piece of shit. Yeah. It's a laptop that you fucking have to sit on your couch and use and shit, I guess.
The one thing I will say is that it technically has double the. So this has 4 dual core, and this has 64-bit dual core, which looks like, I want to say.
See, for like all this, just get a lower end PC, or just get a laptop. The trade-off with a laptop is that it's cheaper, it may be a little bit weaker, but it's portable. You can move it around and shit. You know?
I actually have no idea how many cores this has, but it will run.
Million, billion, trillion. It'll what?
Oh God, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's bad. So, it has the same number of threads as the PS4, but the clock speed is nearly twice as fast, and it looks like you can boost it another like 0.9 gigahertz, so that'll actually triple the PS4's. The issue is that there's no dedicated graphics card, so that could fuck with the onboard graphics. And it's gonna have DDR4, but it's like the slowest DDR4 on file, so I don't know. It's like I could see it.
Its existence is slightly warranted. It doesn't stand a fucking chance in the market.
Like, it's gonna be probably the most powerful, assuming it gets out like this year, it'll probably be the most powerful like console right now,
until
Until the
next
PS5
until, like,
and
yeah, the new shit.
XX
which
or whatever the fuck
is
it's called comes
announced
out.
to come out in 3 months.
Yeah, so this thing is fucked.
Like, I don't.
Because people are just gonna buy a PS4 or an Xbox or a laptop, or they're gonna save their money and they're gonna buy something for the new generation.
Yeah. Hold on, let me. So.
This is like a novelty gimmick thing at best. Atari, the ancient name Atari is back. It's legendary, isn't it? Don't you want this?
The only reason why I can see this ever being interesting is if it came preloaded with all the Atari games, plus you can use it, play new games on it.
So, to give you some context for, like, what my PC is currently running at now, I'm running a 2700X, which my base clock speed is faster than the boost of that console. And also, I have, it's a 2-core with 4-thread chipset on the Atari, and mine is an 8-core with 16-thread. So, I don't think it scales linearly, but essentially, like, my 2700X, which, by the way, is, like, a gen old at this point, and is significantly cheap. Like, it's pretty fucking cheap, as far as, like, CPUs go. Like, you could build that console for... Or you could build a much better version of that console for probably, like, $500 instead of $400, and having to be stuck with a Linux, like, Atari OS.
Yeah.
So, we'll see if... I really wanted to see when they full release the Atari specs. Because if it's not fucking terrible, then maybe I'll buy one on sale. For,
we won't
like,
even remember this thing fucking exists
in a
like
week.
A month. Like, in a week, damn, you're more cynical than I am.
I mean, like...
Yeah, dog,
I'm-
we're gonna forget this thing exists.
I don't know, like...
I didn't even know it existed until
It is cool, right? Oh, it actually has 10... Oh, no, that's Gigabyte. Okay.
I would think it was cool if this wasn't just like a soulless product that they were sending out for nothing. If I felt like they were actually going to invest in this thing and make like good games for it and make good exclusive games for it, which is what sells a console at this point, you know, like.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think Xbox says otherwise.
Before we move on, I will say, if they market this thing as a... If they, like, really go hard in marketing this thing as a hybrid, I think it'll be better. I think it'll do better. Because if they really market this thing as, like... Especially if they throw on some, like, proprietary video editing software or something, then I think that they could, like, really find a niche as, like, a... like, entry-level, like, you know, streamer computer slash... like, console, right? And, like, if...
Oh, also,
they can
it's not
function
going to
that.
have like dedicated apps like YouTube or Twitch or shit.
Yeah, oh, I'm not surprised because it literally will function as a third-party
Right, yeah.
PC. So, or not third-party, but like there's another function mode, which I legitimately think if they lean into that and like make it super heavy, that like obviously don't oversell the fucking hardware because the hardware looks like kind of like ass, but like if they could do that, and especially if you can keep thermals down, which is like really the important part, because if you can keep like 2.6, or even if you can boost to 3.5 and it doesn't affect the visual, like the onboard graphics, and it doesn't thermal throttle, like that's actually not terrible. So I mean, it can't really do a lot of like multi-core shit, but like I don't know, like fucking this could be an esports device or something, you know?
Right.
So I think if they lean into that, they actually have a really good selling point, assuming that it's fucking made well.
All right, Atari. I was gonna cut your head off and leave you to the dogs, but Derek has stayed the guillotine to this day.
When they inevitably
Derek is
release
a
this,
very good lawyer.
Yeah,
Make sure
hopefully
you
you
pay
put
your
out.
lawyer.
Hopefully you put out those specs soon, and they're good because, you know, it's still greased. The guillotine's ready to go.
your head's still on the chopping block. I just bought you 5 minutes. Yeah, like I don't expect them to, like I fully expect them to absolutely shoot themselves in the foot. That being said, I think there is a market for this kind of thing, especially with consoles. Yeah. Like I don't understand. Sorry, I'm one rant. I don't understand why consoles decided to like essentially become PCs and then claim not to be PCs and restrict themselves. Just sell me a PC. Like, sell me a PC that's optimized for a specific hardware chip, like hardware set. That's fine. You know?
Yeah.
Just fucking stop beating around the bush. Like, obviously the PS2 is not a PC, but like the Xbox Series X, basically a PC.
It's just a PC.
Yeah, it's just a low-powered PC. Like, fuck, man.
All right, so we'll get to this Xbox shit in a second. Let's talk about this reply to this tweet I just got. Well, at least I just noticed. So some near reincarnation stuff came out, and I haven't had a chance to really look at it much, but I did see a little bit, and it had me thinking, man, I sure hope Nier doesn't become Kingdom Hearts for adults, because there are like, I want to say like 6 games now in the main series, not counting like maybe some side shit I might be missing.
Yeah.
Not counting like the fucking stage plays and the books and the audio recordings and weird shit. So there's a lot of Nier, because you also got to count the Drakengard universe, and that has like 3 games in it. But so it's becoming a big confusing story about kind of about hearts and love and what it means to be alive and what it means to be a person and shit. And it really had me thinking, like, man, this sounds like some old Kingdom Hearts bullshit. And I'm afraid it's gonna start ballooning into this series that kind of just, you know, is like Kingdom Hearts, where the story is just so much it's ridiculous. And then Derek replied, "Too late, fucker."
I mean,
you're not wrong, because it is super. There is a bunch of bullshit, and Nier Automata alone has so many endings. That's basically like 6 Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah,
if you can out Kingdom Hearts in endings, you done fucked up. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you need a some shit happened button for your game, you fucked up.
It's so fucking crazy that there's literally an ending for every single letter of the alphabet, and they're all like, what if you did this, and what if you went here? And they're for the most part, they're all pretty important to the story of Nier, like Automata. Like, they all give you something about the characters that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And it's like, fuck, this is all good shit. Like, it's all important. It all matters to the characters.
Sad.
It just gives you a new take every single time.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that tweet, I was like, no, like, there's no escaping it. It's already become Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
The fact
it's so popular. And it's by Square Enix even. Like.
Yeah. I think the thing that kills me is that Kingdom Hearts spawned off of Final Fantasy, and Nier spawned off of Drakengard, but I think Nier actually has more shit now. Like, each game is
absolutely
more than a Kingdom Hearts game. So it's just like, at this point, I think Kingdom Hearts needs to become Nier for it to be surprising.
Nier is like Persona in the sense that it's outgrown its spin-off roots.
Yeah. Remember when Persona was a Shin Megami Tensei game? Me neither.
Yeah. I saw a post. You guys have seen that, like that astronaut where he's like, it's all blank, and the like astronaut's got a gun. He's like, always. So this one was like, it's all spin-offs, and it's a picture of Persona and shit, and then the guy behind him is like Shin Megami Tensei with the gun, and he's like, yep, always was.
Like, at what point do you just say that, like, the Persona games are the main series?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah.
Because, like, they're way more popular. Like, maybe not in Japan, but
they'd probably have to surpass Shin Megami Tensei just in releases, which have they?
I don't know.
Because they've announced 5. They announced SMT 5. It just hasn't. It just kind of disappeared like Elden Ring. But it's. I guess technically Persona now has more releases, just raw releases too. Like, if we're even counting like the re-releases and the remixes and all that shit.
Yeah, it's fucking like, so Persona has, I think it's 6 games in the main series, because there's Persona 1, there's 2 versions of Persona 2, Persona 3, Persona 4, and then Persona 5.
And Persona 5R.
Okay, so even the fucking Persona 5 isn't even called Shin Megami Tensei Persona 5. It's just Persona 5.
Yeah.
And
Also,
I'm pretty sure
Deshaun-
Persona 4 Golden is just Persona 4 Golden. Like, I think that's the sign that the series has outgrown its spin-off roots when it kind of leaves the old name behind or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And Deshaun,
Yes.
I'd really appreciate if you just never said Elden Ring again until it's out. I'd really
Every time you say it, it's delaying it by another month.
every single time you say it, it's just that's one more month of no news.
Bro, so what's something's happening this month? Some kind of show, July.
Yeah, but you mentioned it, so it's not going to show up now.
It wasn't gonna show up anyway, cause that's just not happening.
So back to Shin
It's
Megami
too
Tensei.
big, probably.
It looks like
wait, what was
there's
I saying?
5 main. It looks like
Oh, yeah.
maybe 6 main games.
Okay.
But so it's about the same as Persona, and it's not counting Persona Q and Persona Q2,
Right.
which don't.
So I figure once, because I'm pretty sure Persona has already made fuck tons more money than, Shin Megami Tensei ever did, right?
Yeah,
So-
being released on Steam helps.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Persona's probably already in a way has outgrown it, but it kind of just needs to be, I don't know, maybe officialized or something.
Yeah, the issue that I have with it is that I don't have any experience with the Shin Megami Tensei series. I know that in theory it's relatively similar, but like I don't actually have.
Is there another series that's like this where the spin-off has become just become fucking massive? I know we mentioned what were we talking
Nier.
about a second ago?
Nier Automata.
Nier, yeah. The whole reason we started this conversation. So yeah, like where the spin-off, like Nier. So that's become bigger than Drakengard. What else?
There are a few games, I'm sure. Hold on, let me go look at my Steam library.
Yeah. Look quick. So I'm trying to think. I don't really know. Because there's got to be the line between like spin-off or like sequel or something. Because I was thinking like it wasn't bigger than the main series, but it probably could have been. Like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance was such a hot game, but it wasn't really a spin-off. I guess it was. It was called Rising Revengeance and not just Metal Gear Solid, but it was like a sequel to the events of 4, like a direct sequel. So
Yeah, I guess because MG5 goes back in time, right?
yeah, that goes back to like the 80s, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. There aren't that many spin-offs that have really taken over. Like, I mean, the issue is like there's a bunch of games that change direction between sequels,
Yeah.
but like very few of them are like actually spin-offs. I guess Counter-Strike, because Counter-Strike was originally a mod of Half-Life, and I guess Dota as well, because Dota was a mod of Warcraft.
But those aren't spin-offs, they're mods.
Yeah, I guess it's like I don't know. I was looking for something similar. Oh, Devil May Cry.
Was that a spin-off?
It was originally Resident Evil 4. And then they realized that this shit is bonkers, so they made a new series.
Yeah, I guess it's a spin-off, sorta.
It's like a spin-off. It was a spin-off in development, and now it's not.
It's in the same spirit. Like the first one has like the tank control sometimes, and like the same kind of backgrounds and camera movement and shit. So it's a spin-off in like the spiritual sense.
Yeah.
And then it evolved to be its own thing.
Yeah, I don't really see. Oh, fuck, man, I don't know. I'm like just going through my. When did I undownload
I guess-
Islanders? What the fuck?
I was gonna say, do Mega Man games count? But none of the other Mega Man games really became bigger than the original ones.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing is that making it bigger is the issue.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of games that are like really good spin-offs, but very few
Hell yeah,
of
the
them.
Mega Man fucking Battle Network series is fucking amazing. I like it way more than the original games, but
Yeah.
nobody gives a fuck about it. So
Maybe no, I didn't fucking get big either. Yeah, I don't know. Like the other issue too is that there's some that are like some are not spin-offs, but they're just like such huge changes in the directions of the games, like the Naruto fighting games. Because you went from
True.
like Clash of Ninja to like
yeah.
Ultimate Ninja to
Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Yeah, that was the new series, and like they all changed the fighting style. Which, dude, I want a re-release for Ultimate Ninja 4 on Steam. I would play the shit out of that. I love that game. The Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, just Ultimate Ninja 4.
Did they make an Ultimate Ninja 4?
Yeah, and it was fucking sick.
I don't remember that. I only got to 3, I guess.
4 only made it through the Pain Saga, but you could unlock the 4th Hokage, and it was fucking sick.
Oh, yeah.
And the fucking hardest battle in the entire game was after you get all of the fucking memories that you have to find throughout the story mode. You have to fight. It might be like the end. I think it was a what if scenario of like the very end of Naruto where you fight Sasuke, and he was the most bullshit character because I think he had unlimited chakra or something, so he was just constantly vanishing.
Yeah, they do that. They like power up the bosses and shit in the story mode. It's all fucky.
Yeah, but I mean that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. I like I love those Ultimate Ninja games. Those are the ones I started with when I was a kid. Like
Me too.
Whenever you would unlock like Curse Mark Sasuke, whatever the fuck, or like the power up, and it'd just be the hypest shit. Or you get like the 4th Hokage before you knew shit about him, so you would just kind of have his stuff.
Yeah. So it was just like mostly teleporting your Rasengan, and that was it.
Right. Yeah. You didn't really know what he could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super sick.
Oh my god. Dude, I fucking love that game.
There was one. I can't remember which one it was, but you could unlock a Anbu Kakashi.
That was 4. That was Ultimate Ninja 4.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, maybe I did play 4 then. Maybe I must own 4 then.
I know he was at least in
shit.
4. He might have been in 3, but he was at least in 4.
It's a PS2 game, so.
But like one of the coolest things for me for that series is that even though all the characters, like the gameplay was pretty simple, all the characters played like similarly, but they also had different feels, which was cool.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because it's like it's like Dragon Ball, I guess, in a sense, where like all the characters function rather similarly, but that most of them feel different from each other.
Gotcha. Yeah. I can get behind that.
Hey Cameron, before we get to this Xbox garbage,
Yeah.
where I cuss out Phil Spencer for being a piece
Being
of
dumb.
shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Gala High School and Fire Force and Misfit Demon Academy and old school? Well, maybe at the Flash games, but we'll get these animes out of the way real quick.
Yeah. We can talk about the.
I watched a couple animes, and then you got one of those animes on here, so let's get that out of the way.
Yeah. Right before we get to that, though, one quick second. I just read something about Avatar: The Last Airbender and Monk Gyatso. It's a theory, and I'm like, that does make sense.
Monk Gyatso, that's that dude. That's the
The dead
airbender.
That's the dead guy. Yeah.
He's the dead guy who's surrounded by dead fire soldiers.
Yeah, he killed the fuck out of those guys.
Yeah. One of the theories for it was, how the room was locked, right?
Yeah, he sucked out all the oxygen and killed them all.
Killed all of them and himself because he didn't want to live with the burden of that many deaths on his.
Yeah, he's a pacifist, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's the whole deal. Is that like a theory? I feel like that was obvious.
I mean, it is pretty obvious, but I'm like, I didn't think about it that way. I figured
It's
he just
literally
killed
Aang's entire character.
Well, yeah, I realized that. No, what I'm saying is I didn't think he would kill them that way. I thought he just killed them and starved himself to death.
It becomes super clear what he did when you watch season 3 of Korra, where one of the fucking an airbender shows up and sucks the oxygen out of somebody.
Yeah, no, that's obvious what he did to them. I'm talking about to himself.
Oh, well.
That's the only part that I was like, yeah, because you don't see any burn marks on him.
He's just because he's even like sitting down all chill. He's even like legs crossed and shit.
I had assumed that they like
lit his ass up,
or like
he still has his clothes on and shit too. So
like they hit him or something, and he was like crawling in there to die, and they all followed him in, and then he just closed the door and died.
he was also an old man, so they could have just clonked him on the head a couple times and you just die.
Yeah, but there's not a single burn mark. On
There's no burn marks.
You're an evil motherfucker laughing after that. You're like, old people burning, put your hands up.
Dude, I know it's fucked up, but like the idea of like
Let me spit some rhymes while these old men die.
the idea of like some old dude getting cartoonishly clonked on the head and then stumbling into a wall and then just kind of dying it's kind of funny. It's stupid because
I would be laughing a lot harder until I saw that one guy who gets pushed over by the cops.
I'm also imagining there's like a bonk noise and like he's got
it's
like
animated and
exactly.
goofy as fuck.
He's got like the fucking little birds flying around his head and shit. That's what I'm imagining it. So it's not just that I'm like, ooh, an old person being hurt, awesome. it's like cartoon shit happening in my brain.
Yeah, it's similar to the way I laughed back when I was in middle school about the propaganda posters with the Nazis.
I used to laugh at those too.
There's this one where it's a bunch of Nazis, and one of them's holding a baby by the leg, and the other one yells "Pole." I couldn't help but burst out laughing in the middle of class because you just imagine this baby.
Because some shit is so ridiculous, you're like, I can't help but laugh at
so
it.
stupid.
Like those old Superman cartoons during World War II where he's like, slap a Jap, buy war bonds.
Yeah.
That shit is so stupid. I can't help but laugh at it, especially considering the kind of character Superman is now, you know?
Yeah, it's... Sometimes it does really get to the point where you're just like, how the fuck? Like...
Yeah.
But anyway, I sent you guys the video I was quoting.
I kill people? Yeah.
Oh, John. Okay.
Yeah.
John Edgewall.
But all right, yeah, anime. Fire Force, man, that shit is good.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's back.
Okay, season
2
2
episodes
or whatever.
Yeah, 2 episodes are out already, and
Okay.
man, it is.
Where are they? So I've been reading the manga, so I'm already pretty far.
They are. There was a small time skip of like maybe like a week or a couple of weeks or so.
Okay, because it's after his fight with his brother.
Yeah, it's right after his fight with his brother. He's just starting to get back to normalcy, and they are going out shopping. And then after the shopping, they fight the first giant thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, the one that shows up in like the opening, but then never shows up in the first season.
Yeah, and it has the 5 cores and whatnot. So there's that. And then the second episode, he fights Arthur at full power, and I'm just like, holy fuck, Arthur's broken as hell.
Arthur is the most broken character in the entire series. He is legit like the strongest. I think they're really pushing him as like the strongest, toughest dude ever.
If he is in the right mindset.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, by the way, small spoilers. Sorry, I didn't say that earlier. But it's only been 2 episodes, so like, hey.
What the shit, man?
Yeah, Fire Force. People are real upset that they weren't able to catch up on Fire Force. That series people are just chomping at the bit to get to.
Yep. So then the other thing I'm really happy about Fire Force is they had a small homage to Excalibur and Death. From Soul Eater.
Yeah. That's in the manga too.
They're just sitting on top of a shelf, and I'm like, this image makes me happy.
Yeah.
Saying that Soul Eater is definitely in my top 5.
You know what? The thing I like about this dude's writing, was it Atsushi Okubo, I believe the name is?
Thinks. I'll double check you while you keep talking.
He or she, I don't remember. They are very. They have a very like they have a personality when they write. They're the manga, right? So it's like you can really feel the life in these characters and just the kind of feel for the worlds whenever they write the shit.
They feel very realistic.
Yeah, it feels like a place you could actually live in. And it still has its own style though. Like there's still like that kind of layer of like, but weird shit could happen at any moment, guys. Yeah. It's like part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where it's very down to earth, but there's still weird shit going on, so it's exciting.
I forget. I just looked up the term for this recently, but it is. It's basically just modern fantasy, but I forget the term for it.
It's also what what's it fucking called? Twin Peaks does.
Like alternate reality, that kind of stuff.
Like weird shit, like the crossing of worlds, and like spirits showing up and kind of fucking with stuff, and just kind of like almost confusing stuff happening, but confusing in like I want to know more kind of way.
Oh.
And it's the characters are like, they feel like regular people now being put through like weird shenanigans, and then and because of that, their inner weirdness starts to come out, and you realize, oh, these people weren't so normal after all, right?
Yeah.
That was a big part of Soul Eater, where a big message was everyone's a little crazy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, Fire Force is still doing good shit.
Fire Force is great. It's underrated. I think.
It also looks really nice.
Yeah.
Like it's animated well.
I like that. I like that it's kept up like strong animation. I like that it's been consistent.
Yeah. And it's much better than the Soul Eater animation, which is really nice.
The Soul Eater animation is really good. I can't remember who animated that.
It's the all I know is the art style versus the animation. Like the art style in the manga is better than the anime. Always going to be, obviously, but like the art style isn't as like I feel like isn't as simple as it was for Fire Force. Like Fire Force is more complex than it is in
Soul Eater. Yeah. I think Fire Force definitely is, but that's because it's like a later manga by the author, so they're probably like, I'm gonna try something new, or try something a little more detailed. Fire Force is definitely like I kind of wish it was going on for a little bit longer, but it's going to end soon. I can tell. They're in the last arc in the manga, I believe.
You know what? That's always not bad though. Like that means like they can actually end on a strong note.
And you know what? It doesn't feel rushed.
Yeah, that's good.
I can kind of feel like the rushness, but it doesn't really feel rushed. It's not like Demon Slayer. What's it called? Demon Slayer was rushed as fuck.
Gotcha.
When it ended, and so was what else did I fucking read recently? I was super rushed. Brand New Animal was super rushed. Those are series that were super rushed. But this has really good pacing to where it feels like it could be a shorter series and still end really well. Yeah, those other series did not. They felt like they were going for the long haul.
Yeah.
And they kind of just were like, psych. They cut out of the race about halfway through, But Fire Force was like, there was like the mystery there, which kind of made time vague. Like, when might this end? Who knows, right? And once the manga kind of does away with the mystery, well, most of the mystery, it then gives you like a countdown,
Okay.
And that's it's not like we've got 5 years before this thing happens. It's like, yeah, we ain't gonna be having no more birthdays. We're done if we don't stop this shit.
Yeah.
So, Fire Force is it's good. I hope it ends well.
I do too. Yeah, like that would be real nice. So the other one I watched is I continued watching Misfit of Demon Academy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. I'm going to say that right now. It's not good, but it is the type of trash that I like.
I see. Understandable then.
It is. It's got some stuff in it. So it takes the style of power, like overpowered as One Punch Man, and I feel like it's trying to do the let me teach you something because I'm so powerful, blah blah blah.
I've seen 2 screenshots, and the first one was one frame, and it said it was the parents holding the baby, and they were like, "Oh, our baby is so cute." It was like he's trying to say his first words, and then the baby says, and then the baby goes.
That shit was so funny.
It was like Ulis Volucus or some shit. It says some weird fucking Latin shit. And it's like, what the fuck? And the parents were like, oh my god.
That shit was so funny because it came out of because in the first episode, spoilers, in the first episode, it showed him becoming full grown in like 3 months.
Yeah.
He became his full age in 3 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
She got pregnant, had a child in 3 months, and then he became full grown in 3 months.
Mm.
So, on the second episode, they show him as a baby the first day back to the house, and they go, "Oh, our baby's so cute," and he's just like, "Omae wa shou shinderu." Shit was fucking. It caught. Like, me and my friend were watching it together, and it caught us both off guard. We just paused it and just died.
Because this is like an action series, right?
Oh yeah.
Where they start fighting and shit. Mm-hmm. See, if this were leaning more into like the absurdity of like the son of the devil or whoever the fuck this guy is, he's like the reincarnation of the Demon King or whatever. If this kind of leaned to like, if this leans like the absurdity of that and just how crazy and weird that is, I feel like I'd be more down to watch this. But if it's just I'm gonna be an overpowered guy and do it, because it's not like One Punch Man. Because One Punch Man has like has like a unique kind of spin to it, and like the overpoweredness is like
the world is not One Punch Man. It's just the main character, and That's the issue, is that people think One Punch Man is all the main. It's the world that people like, not.
Yeah, I keep trying to tell people that. People think it's like so. People think it's like the best thing ever because a guy comes around and he looks unassuming, but then he punches the fuck out of a thing and it's over. And then people think that's why it's cool.
And it's like, oh wow, it's animated so well. No, I mean, yes, the animation is very important.
Right, like it's all that stuff is very good, but it's also written very well. And it's like there's a point to everything. It's not just dude shows up, punches thing, and then it's over. It's dude shows up, punches thing, and then the townspeople yell at him and hate him and fucking scream at him and say don't be a hero because when he punched the thing it blew up a fucking building, right? Yeah. Like it's that kind of thing. It's I'm not a hero because I actually really care about saving you people. I'm a hero because I want to be a hero. It's just a hobby. I kind of just want to do it. And I'm going to be the best hero possible because I want to be a hero. It's super weird, but it's One Punch Man. It's cool and it's fun.
It's cool and fun. Yeah.
Fucking the Garo arc.
You know what else is like just ridiculous? We're done with One Punch Man. We're not getting into
Yeah, we're talking about that. No, fuck that.
What else is fucking awesome and animated really well, and their animators need to have time to go see their children? It's fucking God of High School.
I don't know about that.
Dude, it is animated great.
Yeah, God of High School looks really good. So they did this. I'm assuming they did the smart thing. I'm not sure. I might have skipped a little ahead, but they didn't show the really horrible, awful beginning bits from the webtoon that I read. That made me go, barf, barf, I'm not reading this bullshit.
What crazy, stupid things did it show?
Just the beginning where the blonde dude shows up and kind of beats him up a little.
Gotcha, beats up the main dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I still don't like the main dude because he sucks. He's just kind of like typical boring ass shonen protagonist, Monkey King type character. Yeah. Just Goku,
He's just Goku. He's just Lucy.
I just want to fight strong guys. All right, bro. But he also did kind of like, since he knows Taekwondo, when he sees another guy using Taekwondo, but it's like dirty Taekwondo, he's like, that sucks, dude. Don't use that shit. That's asshole shit. Which I kind of appreciated.
Yeah.
Man, if I ever said that to somebody, I would get the shit beat out of me. And I know Taekwondo. Yeah. I practiced Taekwondo for like 12 years.
See, but you're not a God of High School.
That's not that, yeah.
Also, I don't know why this is called. It has yet to explain why this is called God of High School, because clearly a 35-year-old man was fighting in this tournament. A bunch of adults are in this tournament. So what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure those are high schoolers, quote unquote anime high schoolers.
Bro. The dude in the restraints was in a prison outfit and shit, dog.
Have you not heard of Prison High School? Hello?
He's like a grown-ass man.
Have you not heard of Prison High School?
Fun fact, the guy who made Prison High School fucking hated it and made it as a joke because he hated the people. Because he made something else that was actually really, really good, and then nobody appreciated it, so he made Prison High School because, he was like, oh, is this what you fucking assholes want?
And then
this
it
fucking
was.
garbage. The sleaze. Eat it up, pigs. Suck my slop from my asshole, you fucking dickheads. This is what you want, right? You don't want good storytelling. You don't want good characters. You want fat asses. You want big titties and sweaty girls. Here you go. Anyway.
Take it.
But yeah, I don't know why this is called God of High School, because the dudes, they're adults fighting in this tournament, 100%.
You know what? They're going to say they're not adults, though. You know that for a fact they're going to say those.
They had a guy who they implied to have fought in the Korean War. Because the dude's style of fighting is from the war.
Well, yeah, but his style is from being taught from someone else from the war.
Maybe. We don't know that yet. But what they were implying, as we know right now, is that he got this fighting style from the fucking Korean War, which happened in, like, what, the 60s?
50s.
50s? Jesus. Like... Yeah. I don't know, dude.
Either way, the show is animated well.
It's animated super well. The only for the most part, it gets the martial arts correctly. But I'm a really big stickler for martial arts. being shown as martial arts.
Martial
So when
arts.
you say I'm a taekwondo guy, but then all you do is jump up in the air and kick a guy really hard,
Yeah.
I'm not like super impressed. But when you
I
actually
mean, I don't
show
know. That
us
sounds
the
pretty
move,
standard for Taekwondo tournaments.
but no, I mean generic. I jumped up in the air and kicked the guy really hard,
And
not
then
like I
teleported
did a
behind him and kicked him really
Right,
hard.
I didn't do a technique. I just kicked a guy,
Oh.
but I'll call it taekwondo because
Yeah,
you know.
that sounds pretty on point.
But yeah, like other than that, like the simple fights and whatnot, I'm really digging like just the basic ass fights. Like
I
when the
like
guy-
that Tai Chi guy got the fucking
Fuck.
absolute shit knocked out of him.
I liked him, but and then I also liked him when he got the shit beat out of him.
Because I thought it was gonna be like the typical thing where he goes in and he's like the nicer guy, right? So he goes in and kind of gets beat up a little, but then he digs deep and he ends up beating this guy because he's just a generic thug character, so he's nothing.
Yeah.
But he actually gets his fucking shit pushed in, and when you think he's about to dig deep and do something cool,
He
he
gets
gets
his
beat.
shit pushed even harder.
He gets rocked. It's fucking cool. And the fucking the guy who would be like a generic thug in anything else is actually getting some shine in this, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah. And then the cool part was also the fact that they brought up his backstory, and he's like, why is he going so crazy like this? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I see. He's bringing his personal shit into the ring.
So this already feels a lot like Tower of God.
You know
These
what it feels-
webtoons love putting God in their shit, by the way. There's a lot of
Yeah,
series
they
that just
do.
God in their shit. But
But
it feels like a lot like or Tower of God, where the main character is not going to be very interesting, but all the side characters will have a lot of shit going on.
I
I
can
fucking what? Oh, go ahead.
This show is literally just Tenjo Tenge on steroids.
No, it's not. Have you read Tenjo Tenge?
It gets fucking insane. I know.
But and also Tenjo Tenge has like a tinge of like nihilism and cynicism to it. Like there's
true.
like Tenjo Tenge was one of probably the most nihilistic like shonens I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like it's a lot like Tower of God where the character is not where the main character won't be very. Oh, I said that shit. Made me lose my fucking train of thought.
My bad. Where the main
anyways.
character isn't really cool, but all the side characters are interesting.
All the side characters are interesting. Oh, I love the bit where fucking the asshole main character, as he's talking about people snatching away her sword and how fucked up it is, he snatches away her sword to look at it, and then as she's trying to get it away from him, he's fucking around and throws it into like a lake.
Yeah.
And instead of it being like silly hijinks where everyone's like oh you know you're where it's like main
Yeah,
character you're
and
such
she
a
starts
goof
blunt-
or
and she's,
fuck
like,
around or
blushing
whatever.
and pissed off.
She slaps the fuck out of him. She tells him to leave because
the
it's a
fuck
family.
outta here.
It's a family heirloom.
Yeah.
And it's important to her, and he just fucking threw it in the water because he didn't respect her space. You know, so it's like a real reaction to somebody doing that shit to you. It's not like how people would react to Goku doing shit and would just be like, well, he's Goku, so he'll do that. You know, it's
Yeah.
like that. It's like that Family Guy bit where Peter's like, I'm retarded, so he's just kicking in women's bathroom doors and shit and being like, I'm retarded. That's how.
Like,
That's how.
oh well.
That's how anime treats a lot of main characters.
That is very true.
Where they could just do something absolutely retarded that would be disgusting and horrific if anybody else did it, but because they're the dumb main character, it's alright. Like Goku fucking starting a tournament that gets a bunch of other universes deleted.
Or Goku sending his son to die by giving the main character a sensu bean.
Like, holy fuck.
Or the main villain, I should say.
I love the weird retconning like of the zeitgeist where it's like, actually Goku's not that bad of a father, actually. He's actually, a good dad, he loved his son, like what the fuck ever. It's fucking stupid. Anyway. So I watched an anime. With the anime out of the way, so we could talk about something else. Maybe this Sony thing, or maybe this Xbox thing. Or maybe this Flash Games thing. I watched Great Teacher Onizuka.
Oh, I think I've heard of this. Was it a manga a long time ago?
I'm not sure. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, I've read this.
This?
Oh, I've seen this.
This
I
is
haven't watched it, but like I've seen it around.
this is like one of my new favorite series.
Yeah.
Like this is like top 5 anime for me.
Okay.
This is one of those shows. It's like this show is like if Reagan decided to be a school teacher.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's fucking amazing.
Sounds fun.
It's so well done. Like you want to talk about characters feeling real? These characters like I know these people, you know, and some of the shit these people go through, and just the kind of like you really understand why people do the shit they do in this series. You know, you really get like, damn, like this person's fucked up, but I kind of get it, you know. And you can really see like the issues people display are very like they're very real and they're very apparent when you first see the character and you're like, okay, clearly something's wrong with you, so what's the deal? There's one chick who's like she gets a tutor and then she basically blackmails him. She's like, I'll tell people that you tried to molest me if you don't do stuff for me. So she basically makes him into a dog and has him lick her feet just randomly. Super fucked up weird shit, right? There's a bunch of stuff like that in this series.
You didn't
There's this
do
one
that in high
girl
school?
who's was that?
Nothing.
That was my teachers. Just with like all the girls I would corner in the bathroom and then just kidding. But
It's fucked up.
there's another character who's basically this super genius chick, and she's just a straight up, when she first shows up, she's just the most anime villain ever. She has like her eyes are 2 different colors, you know. She is blonde. She has like that evil villain smirk, you know, where the camera kind of zooms in while she's going, you know.
Jokes on her. That's my fetish.
Basically, what she does is she drives teachers insane by just being smarter than them at every turn. The teachers will be like, they'll say a thing, and then she'll stand up and be like, actually, teacher, that was fucking stupid what you just said, and it was wrong. Actually, here's the correct thing, and she'll go off on this whole thing, and she'll ask super advanced questions that the teachers can't answer, and it drives teachers insane. But that's not to say anything about Onizuka himself, who is like, I mean, it's lovable idiot does awesome shit, you know, and is secretly like God, and is secretly like this mega genius, you know. He's not like a mega genius as in he's well read like books or anything. Mega genius in the sense that he's just a really really fucking amazing teacher, you know. And whenever he like has an enemy, and he finally kind of brings them around to his side, you want to cheer, you know. Whenever Onizuka does something awesome, you want to go, fuck yeah, that was awesome, good job Onizuka, you know, you are a great teacher.
I'll have to reread this because I do not remember much of it.
You should watch it straight up. You should watch the anime because it's good. You should watch the dub even. The dub is amazing.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Old 90s dubs,
yeah,
godlike. I don't know why it sucks so bad now, but like old 90s dubs, like Yu Yu Hakusho, the old Dragon Ball shit, like fucking this, like Rurouni Kenshin, like all that shit.
It was good.
I don't know why the dubbing is so much better back then than it is now. Like the voices sound natural, you know. The voices sound so much more like these characters really saying the shit. But
I think
now it's like acting. It's like they're giving too much.
It's almost like they're voice actors.
It's almost like they're giving too much to the performance and they're fucking it up. It's almost like they should dial it back a little bit.
You know what is modern that has fucking hilarious dub voice acting?
What's that?
High School DxD has the funniest fucking voice actors that I've seen in a long ass time.
Like hilariously bad, or like hilarious in like they're trying to be funny.
Like they take the show, and like High School DxD already doesn't take itself super seriously, and then like there's a fucking part in there's a fucking part in season 2 where this like 1,000-year-old dragon, or like insanely old dragon, is like trying to what?
Isn't High School DxD about zombies?
No, that's High School
No,
of the Dead.
DxD is D&D.
Yeah, it's demons. High School of the Dead is the one about zombies.
Duh. I don't know why I thought for years those two shows were part of the same series.
I
No.
thought they were also part of the same series.
No.
Wow.
They're both part of the same genre, which is titty anime, but fucking
Don't you mean shitty anime?
no,
Like South
I
Park?
don't. Stand my ground. But there's this part where Drake is just like he's trying to explain something to the dumbass main character, and the dumbass main character is just like, I don't. So you can do it, right? And Drake is just like, in your words, it can totes be done. And I'm just like, fuck.
Wow.
I started cracking up so hard.
That's like a boba 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 bo.
Yeah, it's
where,
that kind of like crazy shit.
where it's so goofy that the people doing the dub feel comfortable enough doing their own wacky shit.
Yeah.
And it ends up being really funny.
I think it's because it's definitely like a titty anime. You know, it's like a really good anime that is also a titty anime. So they just don't take it seriously at all, and I love
I think
it.
that might be why I always thought it was part of the High School of the Dead universe, because it's a titty anime, and I was like, well, they must be the same part of the same thing, right? They both have high school in them, and they both have like
Titties.
the D&D thing, and they both have titties, so they must be part of the same universe, right? But then, of course, I forgot Japan, so a lot of this shit looks the same.
Yeah, but no, but
It's all about titties.
That fucking series, their voice actors, like the English version is actually so much better than the Japanese version. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I also think that if you're looking strictly for comedy, Dragon Ball Super's dub is way better.
For comedy?
Yeah, if you're not
Yeah,
looking
because
for
they treat it like Team 4-Star treats the characters.
pretty much, except Goku's like
Yeah.
actually retarded.
Yeah. Which is why I don't like watching Super, because I'm like, I'll just watch Team 4-Star for that shit.
Yep.
Except they're not doing it anymore.
Good.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
I don't know. I wish they could
But
have
that's
gotten
okay.
into the Buu
It's too
saga.
bad. No, you know what? I say that because I'm bitter about it, only because I don't like having my time wasted, and they were like, we're gonna put out the what's it fucking called? What's his name? BoJack.
So the BoJack
Put out
movie.
the BoJack thing, and then I kept waiting for it, because I was actually really looking for it, because I was like, because I saw the end coming, and I was like, this will probably be the last thing they do, you know, and I was really looking forward to it, and they were just like, nah, we're just done.
I will say, like, I don't blame them, but
I don't either.
I hope I really hope they edit out in their video the part where they say they're gonna do season 4, because they're not doing season 4.
Yeah.
They've already said that on
They're
Twitter.
not.
So
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, they're lying to us. Like, obviously shit changes, but like,
Because I remember when they first kind of announced they were gonna start changing stuff up, like near like the halfway point of the Cell Saga, I believe. They were like, we're gonna start kind of releasing shorter things. Like when they said they're gonna do the Buu Saga. This is all like during like a Twitch stream or whatever. They said they were gonna do the Buu Saga, but as more like little chunks, like little bites. So like it would be like a scene, and and then it would just be them doing the lines of the scene, and then But that's just not even happening now.
yeah. Well, they're making their like own content now with like
They've all
Unity
moved on.
or something.
They've moved on to their own thing, yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
they've been doing this shit for forever. So it's like I understand wanting to move on and do something else.
Well, and like apparently there was a bunch of like copyright claims and shit that they had to deal with.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like I
I'm
totally
Yeah,
get it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
That was
so.
a big.
at the same time, I would have loved to see what they did with Gohan and Videl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping at some point they will come back to it. Although I know they won't. Okay, let's move on from all the anime talk. Let's get on to this other shit.
Last thing about Onizuka,
Damn
it really is just straight up like a good heartfelt anime. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm sure the ending will have me in tears. Cause I've almost been there a couple times with some of these stories where I'm like, damn, that is a heartbreaking story, or that is a heartwarming story where, cause Onizuka. I'm gonna say this. I know I put on like the big fuck everybody, let them die type shit, but I am the type of guy who I do get bummed out when a person who could have been saved falls through the cracks, and that's a big thing in this series where Onizuka, even his enemies, he's trying to save, and I really appreciate that with like a hero. Because that's what a hero does,
Yeah.
I think we've gotten way too many heroes who are just kind of like. They only give a shit about the people who are already on their side, and they don't really understand that saving the world includes the people you don't like to. You know?
Yeah.
So there's another series called Burning Effect that's a lot like that, where one of the guys is like, I just want, like, I'm not, no killing because we're gonna save everybody.
Yep.
You know. But anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
All right. So, do you want to do the Flash games, or do you want to skip that?
Cameron.
We can just do the Flash games real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
I've just been playing old Flash games and other stupid phone games, like old phone games.
Give me a hot second. Let me open up my old Newgrounds account because I was a big Flash games player back in the day, and I would save that shit to like my favorites and all that. So let's see what kind of games I got on this bitch.
So like I've been playing the Impossible game, that old.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been playing a shit ton of that, and I'm like going through it hard. I went on to OMG Pop recently just because I was like, what's on this site now? None of the shit that I used to play is on that site anymore.
Did you hear about what was that site that archived?
Oh, the single dude who archived like 7,000 different Flash games by himself?
Well, no, there was a website that basically is shutting down operations essentially.
Oh, well,
that's
because HTML is no longer supporting
yeah,
Flash.
yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to remember the name of the site. I know why. But hold on, let's go back. Back to the past. Sam.
There's Armor Games. I remember this site.
I think that might have been it. Oh my god. You ever play Toss the Turtle?
Yes.
Yeah.
That shit is such a good game.
Yeah, it's super fun.
It's on the phone now too, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I think all Flash games should just get ported to the phone at some point.
I mean, our phones now are more powerful than most PCs were back then, so...
Right, yeah. You could probably fit a huge chunk of these games on there.
Did you ever play, what's it called? Not Killing Floor. It was like, Death Tower, Tower Death. It was a stick figure game where you got different guns the higher you stacked up the zombies. And it was
Sounds
just
familiar.
There's a single tower, and the whole point of the game was to kill as many people and get as high as possible.
That's sick.
That was one of my favorites.
What was it called? F Arena Beta? Whatever happened to this shit? There's a fucking fuck ton of shit, dude. Hold on a second.
Alright.
Because
While you're looking that up, let me take a pause, because I need to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Hell yeah. We'll put on the music. Yo! You know what's fucking hype as fuck?
What?
And it's a good ass game series. You ever play Armed with Wings? Bro. Amazing game. Probably part of the reason why I love Metroidvania, why I love Metroidvania so much, because I was playing a lot. I played these games a fuck ton growing up.
Yeah.
They were so good.
What was it? It was Champion Archer, I think is what it was.
Champion Archer.
Yeah, that's what it is. Champion Archer. I played a shit ton of Champion Archer. I basically fucking broke the game.
Really?
Yeah, I made it so that way I could keep all the enemies off screen at all times.
Roulette.
Alrighty, sorry about that.
Alright. So, basically, Flash games they were the shit, and they're also very evil. Because I have a lot of Flash games that were like, kill the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kill Harry Potter. Kill Britney Spears. Kill Justin Bieber. I played a lot of those, but that's because I was on Newgrounds a ton.
I was going to say, to be fair though, Sean, those are probably the ones you gravitated to because of the kind of person you were back then.
Newgrounds literally would have a separate section for the Kill Celebrities games.
Yes, there was
Fucking
a whole section for those.
hilarious. That's why I love fucking Newgrounds. Newgrounds was the shit.
One of my favorite, not one of my favorite games, but one of the games I played was you only press one button and it's a whole RPG adventure. There's a whole thing made from it about how someone wrote a review on this game and like, how can you even call this an RPG at all? All you do is press one button.
That's funny. So, not to mention all the
cool animation,
the all 18 plus games in that section of Newgrounds.
Ha! We all know about those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, another thing about Newgrounds that was super cool that I loved was people who would make like their own anime series and then upload them to Newgrounds. There weren't a ton of them, but there was stuff like Jin, which was like this story about like a place where schools were allowed to use corporal punishment. So basically, they would hire out like other students to be hall monitors and beat the fuck out of other students who were acting up. And basically, this dude shows up one day, and he's this kid, and he's like, "I'm gonna tear down the whole system." It's fucking great. It's really good. I would love to see it remade because it's actually a really compelling story. But he has the fucking stupidest fighting style ever. It's called bone shredding, where he'll like hyperextend his joints and just kind of spin his body parts around and do kinds of goofy shit. And it's like bone shredding. It rips through your muscles and gives you a short lifespan or whatever, but it's a super strong fighting style. Bullshit. You fight once and you're done.
Derek, do you have any Flash games that you're fond of?
Nah,
any good memories?
when Derek was a kid, he was fucking bitches and making mad money.
Getting hoes.
I was selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards for 110%. Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. It's gangster.
That is, yeah.
No, I wasn't really allowed on Newgrounds. Like my mom, we had a family PC. Like I didn't have my own PC or anything, so.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, so my mom wouldn't let me on that shit. But I played a fuck ton of Toontown. But that's not really a Flash game.
I had friends who liked Toontown. Ooh, Super Crazy Guitar Maniac Deluxe 4.
Yes.
Yeah,
4 is
that
the
was-
most important part.
Yeah, that was the shit. 4 was the best one. 4 is where the series really began. Really.
Some say it starts there, some says it ends there.
Yeah. I bet those two groups could find some sort of agreement on what game you should play.
Yep.
Pretty good.
That's some good shit. But yeah, no, man. Oh man, those are good times, man. Those are some good times.
All right, so let's get past these two things to the big two real quick.
Yep.
Sony invests $250 million in Fortnite maker Epic Games. Epic Games, despite making shitty games and only really being worth the shit because they make good software, except for their store, they will continue to exist because people keep pumping shit tons of money into them for no reason.
I disagree with that they make shitty games, but
Have they made a good game?
I mean Fortnite is just objectively a good game.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
No, I think he's talking about the super rare game called Four Nights.
No,
Are you
like
sure? Are you sure you're not talking about the game Fortnite?
Yes, I'm sure.
About that knight who used a fork to fight evil.
It's Shield's Knight's younger cousin.
Yeah.
Spoon Knight. No, like Fortnite is objectively just a good game. It
I don't know
plays
about good.
It plays well. It runs well. Like as a game, it is a good game. The
It is
issue
a game that exists.
the issue is that the community around it is either kids or shitty, or both. Like that is the main issue. The game itself actually functions extremely well.
But don't shitty things usually attract those kind of people?
No, they don't. Because
I don't know.
every dumb motherfucker breeds, and I'm not gonna say that Oxygen is shitty.
That's true.
It just
mean,
happens to be big and free.
It's shitty that it helps idiots breed.
Yeah, but like the thing is that like Fortnite got that way because it was pushed really hard, it was free, and it was like the second really big contender to the battle royale genre, and it was the first free one. But like I hate when people say it's a shitty game because it is just as a game not bad. If you want to say like as a social experience, yeah, it's fucking terrible. But
I still don't think it's a good game.
Yeah.
I'll say it is a game. It isn't a complete pile of shit.
Deshaun, you can always say, in my opinion.
well, like
That-
Yeah, but I'm also always correct though. So when does it stop being my opinion in just the future?
Those are 3 words you're allowed to say when you
No,
start a statement.
because remember my insane tirade before. I don't give a fuck about
I
other
know.
people's opinions.
which is why I'm
You know,
holding on to this one,
I'm-
motherfucker.
I'm willing to I'm willing to listen to them. I'm willing to debate them, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to let them poison my thoughts. You know, I feel how I feel about a thing. At the end of the day, that's how I feel.
I
I don't think Fortnite is a good game. I think it's an okay game. I think it's a game that exists and doesn't. It's not a complete pile of shit like a lot of games that I've been playing.
In my opinion, Fortnite is a game that exists.
That's not an opinion.
Is that not what I said?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Yeah, and that's all I can say about the game, because the rest of it I'm just like, you shoot people.
You feel no way towards it otherwise.
I feel literally. I played that game like 7-8 times, and every time I played it, I'm just like, yeah. So,
what was that shitty embarrassment that was like a Fortnite ripoff? That when the battle royale shit was hot.
oh,
What
it was
fucking
the
called?
people who. It was the people who made.
It was Randy Pitchford, I think.
Yeah. Wait, no.
The game I'm thinking of.
The
They
one
made
that
some
died,
shitty like 90s
yeah.
wannabe game, and it died like instantly because the only people playing it were YouTubers trying to make fun of it.
Yep. 90s style battle.
Anyway,
yeah, Epic will never die because Fortnite made $1 trillion billion, and now everybody's like, oh, Epic, duh.
yeah.
Wait, have they made anything else?
Epic?
Like game-wise?
Yeah, they've made other shit.
I'm pretty sure they have.
Fuck, I want to say...
They make something that I was like, really? That's Epic?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
Oh, Gears of War.
Oh!
Yeah. I knew it was some fucking flagship, but like I could not remember what.
Yeah, that's so weird, yeah.
They make a big-ass game that
Because you know
everybody knows
what?
of.
Until recently, no one was really talking about the people who made Gears of War. They would just talk about Gears of War.
Or the engine. They would talk
Because-
about the Unreal Engine.
Or the engine, yeah. No one was really talking about Epic Games themselves. They were because Epic Games wasn't doing a ton of shit.
Yeah.
They were just making engines and maybe a game or two here or there.
And then they made Fortnite.
And then they made Fortnite, and now people take them seriously as a game company.
Yeah. Well, you know the other thing apparently is that they got bought by Tencent, which explains
That's
a lot.
right, yeah. That's right. But Tencent is trying to take control of the video games industry.
Yeah.
So they like aggressively, like they're investing in a ton of shit.
The issue that I have with Tencent is that they obviously did a little bit of research to figure out which companies were like
Oh yeah.
gonna go nuts, because like they bought Riot back in like season 3, which was like 2013 2014, so like they obviously have made their investment back, I assume.
Oh, yeah. They know what they're doing, but I hope they don't Disney it up and start just buying everything, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
or just putting money into everything, because I'm not trying to let one company have control and
Cliffy
like,
B.
all this shit. Cliffy B, that's who it is. That's who it is.
That's
Cliff
Radical
Krasinski.
Heights.
Yep, Radical Heights. What a fucking pile of shit that game
What
was.
a pile of shit.
You know why I think Fortnite is a pile of shit? Because of that game. Because that game set up my expectations for what Battle Royale games are like.
oh, this
So-
fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. There's like a bike in this game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the whole deal. Like, you ride around on a bike. It's like the 90s.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you said the phrase, I remember this now. Yeah. This. It was literally like the issue with Fortnite.
Are you about to defend Radical Heights to me right now?
Fuck no. I was gonna
Because
say
Fortnite, you know what? I kind of understand. But Radical Heights, nah.
the issue with Fortnite is that what it does, it makes it seem effortless, and so there's just a shit ton of people copying it. But like that's why I'm saying Fortnite is a well-designed game, because it is really difficult to actually like copy
Something
it well.
must be there for this many people to be riding its dick so hard, right? For it to be this crazy, because something that's a fluke makes a few $1 million, right?
Yeah, Fortnite is
something
like a
that actually has
billion-dollar
something
game.
to it makes billions of dollars.
Yeah.
you know,
I think-
something that actually has something to it will make you rich. Will be, you know.
I think essentially what Fortnite did was it did what League did to Dota, which was it made it simpler, took away some mechanics, and then added a couple new ones, and did it very, very like cleanly, right?
Yeah.
And that's essentially the beauty of it. But then you have a
I think
bunch of people that try to copy it, and they don't
was
understand
gonna
what the
say-
fuck they're doing.
Imitators. That's what happens whenever a new wave happens. You know, you get the guys who do it right, and then you get all the guys who just ride the wave, who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the other thing about Fortnite is that it was a game before it was a battle royale. So
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. There was other shit to that game, and then it was like so Fortnite really is the fucking bandwagoner here, but they did it successfully.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because all I knew about Fortnite before it became this huge thing was that one of the characters you could choose in it was like a thick miner girl. She would like break rocks or some shit, and I was like, okay.
All I knew about Fortnite beforehand was it was a cool 3-dimensional tower defense game.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's not $40 fun.
I also heard people were like, the first thing I heard, another thing I heard about it was that it wasn't as good as like PUBG, and that was when PUBG was big at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just stopped paying attention to Fortnite after that. Well, I was like, oh, it's just an imitator, I guess. So who cares? But
yeah. It took away PUBG's like gunplay and it made it more cartoony, but that opened the possibilities for them to do like Thanos and like Star Wars shit. So
John Wick and
which is the weirdest fucking crossover in the world.
I mean, honestly, it's like Fortnite is just the pop culture game now. So whatever the popular thing is, it's gonna find its way into Fortnite.
Yeah, it's like
because
the telltale of battle royales.
It's the thing that people who are just into pop culture play, you know.
Yeah. Anyway,
it attracts those kind of people.
Let's get on to this Xbox shit.
All right, Phil Spencer, what'd you fuck up today, you dickhead? Give me 1 second. I don't want to open it up on my actual computer, so I'm opening it up on my laptop. But I don't think it's working.
Basically, he's like, hey, PS5, you guys are shit because you're trying to get first-party games and not carry over your PS4 games to PS5.
Hey, Sony, you're idiots because you aren't holding back your games by fucking leashing them to the previous generation. Fuck off, Phil Spencer.
Like,
fucking dipshit.
I saw this, I'm just like sitting there just like...
And it fucking blows my mind that he literally goes, it's nothing but a meme, when you can literally point to games where it's happened, where the fact that it's a previous generation version working on old ass hardware has fucked up a game that should be way stronger, should be way better. It's fucking insane that he says this. He says it's just a meme. Fucking cocksucker. He should know better. It fucking blows my mind that he says this shit. Anyway.
This is why we should interview CEOs.
Talk about it.
Like, straight up.
Because they say scumbag, dumbass shit. They're so fucking out of touch. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They see dollar signs.
Their own money.
Like, it's insane. It's nuts. Like, fucking, what's his name, trying to fucking get us to pay more for shorter games and shit, and now this guy's like, oh, well, holding back your games is just a meme, you know. Games are just as powerful on the previous generation as they are on the new one, you know, because that doesn't defeat the entire fucking purpose of having a new generation in the fucking first place. Anyway.
I mean, I do want to take the idea of exclusives from what he said and say that it's dumb to have them.
Yeah, that's the thing that really like made me curious, because I'm like, why would you even say that having exclusive games is counter to what gaming is about?
Because I saw a lot of people reading this as just exclusives in general, but he really just means next gen exclusives, like Horizon,
whatever the fuck,
West something, whatever it's called. That's a gen exclusive. That's going to be on the next gen, and it's not going to be on the PS4 and shit. The new Spider-Man game is an exclusive to the next gen, right?
Yeah.
So like but I saw people like thinking exclusives in general, so they were saying, oh, well, then I expect Hellblade 2 to be on PS5 day one. It's like, that's not what he's saying.
No.
Yeah, like,
but
the issue I have with it is that, like, I like the idea that you're not tied down. Like, I don't have to spend $800 or $1,200 to get all the exclusives for both consoles.
Right.
But, like,
I want the freedom to play the games, so just put them on anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, just like, I think it's very, very stupid to assume, especially nowadays, that people just aren't gonna either emulate it on PC or buy it on PC. So, like, just put it out on PC. Like, you don't have to do like a PS4 Xbox release. You can do PS4 PC or like Xbox PC. Fuck, Xbox and PC already share the same fucking OS. Like,
but at the same time, we say that because we're PC owners. What if you're an Xbox owner and the game only comes out for the PC or PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
You know, so if the Xbox owner's like, that's bullshit. I want the game too, but I can't buy it now because I don't own a PC or a PlayStation. You know.
Well, I
But-
guarantee they have a PC. If
Maybe
you have
not.
enough expendable income to have an Xbox, you have a computer of some type.
My buddy Tim.
Not a gaming computer though. That's
My-
You don't need
my
a
buddy
gaming
Tim
computer for a lot of these
has-
games.
My buddy Tim has an Xbox 360 and an Xbox One and a broken PlayStation 3. He has no access to PlayStation games. He has no access to PC games because he doesn't have a PC.
How the fuck
He has
does
an
he
Xbox.
not have like a laptop or something?
He has a laptop, but he can't play games on it. It's for work and other shit.
Because not everybody has the same like drive to play games like we do.
Yeah, not everybody wants to be a PC player. Some people just want an Xbox that they can play. Matter of fact, my buddy Trey, just an Xbox, not even a PC.
Like
A lot of people just get the one console that they can play the one game they want to
Yeah.
play on.
How
And
the-
don't think about.
We're power users. We get all this shit, and we're nuts to go play games. We buy all this shit and look up all the specs and stuff, and look at like what makes the shit tick, and look what we can play and how good we can play it and the frames per second, all shit. But they don't do that.
well, yeah, but you don't.
The regular person doesn't do that.
The regular person has a computer, not a game console. That's my point.
That's not necessarily true.
That's not true at all.
No, I'm not
'Cause
saying.
I literally
like,
just
no,
gave
guys-
you two
hold on,
people
hold on.
who do not.
No, shut the fuck up. Hold on. I'm not saying most people have a gaming computer. I'm saying most people have a computer. That is a completely different statement.
Most people have a laptop.
That is
Yeah.
fine. As long as it's a laptop from the last like 10 years, it can run a lot of these titles on shitty frame
But
rates.
they're
and
not.
stuff.
They're not trying to figure out and learn how to play a game on their laptop. They already know how to play it on their Xbox.
That's my point. Just buy it on the fucking laptop. my point
But they
is
don't want to be a PC laptop player.
They-
They don't want to do that because that's not the lane they want to go in. They are a console Xbox player, and they're like, I want to play on my Xbox, and I'm not like they for whatever reason they don't want to, or they can't, or it's just not something they want to do. Because what if playing on the PC is just boring to them? What if the experience would be way better on their Xbox for whatever reason,
Or on a
you know?
TV.
Or a TV, like they don't. A lot of people just want to plug in a machine
A lot
to
of
the
people-
TV and let it do shit.
A lot of people don't even know you can get your TV to play whatever is on your laptop.
A lot of people
you
don't
use
even
the
know you
same
can plug in a controller
fucking
into
cable.
your PC.
It is if you can hook up an Xbox, you can hook up a laptop to a TV. Like
A lot of people don't know these things.
that's
They don't get that stuff. A lot of people do not understand this stuff, and a lot of people do not. They aren't like. Again, they're not like us. The most they ever interact with a video game is like, I don't know, like maybe once a week, you know, in between a bunch of other shit they're doing.
Yeah, that's-
because they got the video game for like their family or something, or you know, or it's just there to like kill time. It's not even really like a thing they do a lot. Barely even a hobby.
That's why I'm saying just like use your. Okay.
But no one. Again, your laptop is in the other room. It's for work.
Yeah, like if
And
you have a
I
work
don't wanna
laptop,
use
that's
it for that.
different. But like
I want to sit on my fucking couch and play my Xbox, whatever game is on there.
Why would I play on a laptop versus the console that's made to play games? A lot of people don't think laptop game. They think console game.
They think laptop Google or laptop Excel spreadsheet. You know, they don't think laptop game. They don't think computer game. They think, you know, when they think of video game now, they think of consoles. They think of Xbox and PS4 and maybe PC if they're kind of they might have seen a PC game once, you know, at Walmart or something. But people are not as like into the shit as we are. So we can say, you know, just do it on this, but they're like, what? That doesn't make any sense, you know? They don't have Steam downloaded on their laptop. They don't have those games downloaded on there.
the point that you guys are making and the point that I am making are tangentially related. But I understand what you're saying. My point
I guess I just don't see it because it's
No, wait, let him make his point.
all right.
My point is, I don't see a reason not to port things to PC. Especially when console sales are generally sold at a loss for the company, and where they make it up is in the software. So I don't see a reason.
So where does just use your laptop play into that?
My point is that it allows people who don't have $600 to invest in a new PS5 to play the games, and Sony can still reap the benefits, or Xbox, Microsoft can still reap the benefits.
Yeah, maybe.
But the thing is porting a game to a PC is a lot harder than it just like taking the files, putting them onto the PC.
Depends on the engine.
There's a lot of games that just completely bug out and crash if you did that.
I understand that, but
Well, the point is like
It's almost like work has to be done to make this happen.
yeah, but my point is that this is exactly where you would want the work to be, because making, like, you don't really turn a profit making, like, doing R&D and making the systems themselves. Like, you don't turn a profit doing that. You turn a profit by selling first party.
They sell these things at a loss. Yeah.
Yeah. So my point is, it doesn't make sense to me that, like, they wouldn't port them to PC, because it just opens up another revenue.
Yep.
That was my
agree.
entire point. And it opens up another revenue for people who don't have the money to buy the thing but want to play that new Spider-Man game. So even if it's like at a shitty, 30 FPS on low settings, they can play it now. And you increase your market.
Yes, Derek, the ideal situation is everybody releases everything on PC and makes everything work out for everybody. But this is not the world we live in. And we're talking about...
That was the whole thing I was trying to say.
Yeah,
I
and
spent
that's not
like
what
10
we were
minutes
talking about.
listening to you.
We were talking about what is and what they are doing. And you were talking about, but in this ideal situation...
I'm saying what they should do.
It's like this. Yeah, that's not what we're doing. We're talking about what they are doing.
yeah.
It's one thing I get talking about what they should do. I know we talk about what these motherfuckers should do all the time, but I think it's obvious that the game should be ported to PC, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody gets that it's kind of shitty that these companies are in such competition with each other that they're fucking us over and they're not giving us the games we deserve, right? Because we're paying for this shit, Just put them on PC. You'll obviously make more money. Obviously, you'll crush pussy in fucking game sales, right? Like, fucking Titanfall 2 gets put on Steam, and it's like the number 2 game.
You're making
on
me
Steam.
think of a Chad,
Chad versus
stockbroker.
version.
Just a Chad stockbroker, just like talking, making all the sales, making the sales, comes up, high fives his employee, smacks the girl on the ass, just like, yeah, I just sold $1 million of stocks today.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's how you gotta sell it, man. I do. Yeah, you're totally right, Derek. And they should do this. They absolutely should stop being assholes about this and just put you on the PC. But at the end of the day, they're assholes. As we saw with Ubisoft and with all the other allegations that have been going around lately, a lot of people with too much money and power are assholes, and they don't give a fuck about the consumer or the victim, as it were, right?
Yeah.
So it's what the hell is that?
That was my brother yelling at the game.
Of course it was.
Is it a PC game?
No.
Right,
No,
yeah.
it's not.
No, it's an Atari VCS 800 game.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. What's the difference? Yeah, okay, I guess I see it now.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. These things, like when companies try to slither their way through shit and try to convince us and change the culture and trick us into believing their bullshit, which they have, for the last generation, they just tricked us into bullshit. They would feed us something that's absolutely heinous, and then that shouldn't exist at all, and then they'll be like, whoops, sorry, and then they'll dial it back a little. So now, instead of not existing at all like it should, it exists but in a lesser form.
Like loot
so
boxes.
It's not as bad, loot boxes, exactly. So we and how the game industry kind of lied about prices changing for video games, and they kind of like tricked everyone into thinking, hey, prices didn't change. Fucking, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Money, prices,
Inflation.
Yeah, they tried to use that trick, but that only kind of really works when people's paychecks also rise with it. So the idea that game prices haven't risen is bullshit. And more shit. Whatever shit these companies are like, no, it's actually for the player. We insist. it's, you know, all this bad stuff you heard, it's not true. You know, it's all just lies. You know, instead of being like even remotely honest, they're just trying to scam you. You know, you got all these fucking old white dudes who are who would just be fucking used car salesmen otherwise. You know, making video games, and they're ripping us off, and I don't like it. And that was my soapbox.
Nice soapbox.
Ugh. Oh, my body. All right.
Right. Well, I think that's a podcast, you guys.
That's a podcast. We gave the people what they wanted, I believe.
I hope so.
Lots of yelling
I
at
hope
each
they
other.
appreciate it. Yeah, lots of yelling at each other, because that's what we do.
We never found out why Disrespect got banned, huh?
No, not yet.
Still
It
not.
just kind of faded into nothing.
Sad.
Oh well. Sad Panthers.
Indeed.
All right.
As always. Where can we find you, Deshaun?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Urban Buddha, on Twitch at Super Urban Buddha, and on YouTube at Mr. Urban Buddha.
Where can we find you, Derek?
Came in second at everything. Gonna be streaming probably PC Building Simulator. And if you have a question, fucking Google it.
And me, Cameron. You can find me at I Press the Buttons on pretty much everything. And as always, laugh at yourself, and we'll catch you guys next time.